It's a new day, and wouldn't you know, I'm working on the bus again. Getting pretty close to having it completely done to where we can give it back to, or give it to OnX so they can use it for the events that they have planned for it. What I want to start working on is the shocks. Got those in, so now we're going to get them installed. So that way we can get rid of these bars and it actually has a suspension and not a rough riding suspension. Reminds me of the old Honda 4-wheelers and the old 3-wheelers where your suspension was the tires. Sean is going to be putting in ice cream window, or whatever window. You won't see Robbie for the first little while of this video because Robbie has soccer games with his kids. Cedar City or wherever they're at, when he gets back, we only have a few things to do and then the bus can go away.
All right, this is the side that we're gonna be doing the window on. We decided these two windows right here, this window and this window, is the ones we're cutting out. I was talking to Sean earlier, and he's thinking we're gonna come down between these two humps right here. We'll cut along all the way over here, and then up there, you got those little kickouts for the windows. We're gonna cut those off and then grind the first layer of rivets down so that window won't seat up smooth. So that's the window we will be putting in. So it has a little lip, just like a regular house window. It opens up, flips up like that. We'll show you when we get it installed.
Take the front tires off to make it easier to install the shocks. I'll have to put these up for the next project that we do. If we don't have shocks, we can still move it around.
Just like that, one window down, one more to go.
Hey, you can put that in your Jeep, the
Hey.
back window.
We can see you. Those come out pretty.
New windows for my house.
Yeah.
Hell, they're even tinted.
Heck yeah.
Voila. Last bolt, and that shock tower's out. Now, get the coilovers and the shocks. Fancy.
Right through there, like butter.
Like butter.
They're having too much fun.
Yeah. Cutting stuff apart.
Should we just keep going and make this whole thing convertible?
Yeah.
Sean got everything cut out, but we were going over what we need to, how much more we need to cut out. And our first thoughts was going to be right here, but we remeasured. We're going to have to bring it down to this lower one. So we're just going to cut. There's a lip right here that goes in. It has to be 53 inches wide. And then down, we'll just cut down all the way through, and then we'll grind all these rivets off on the bottom. So then that window wants to sit smooth here, and the same with the top. Just the first row of rivets, we'll grind those off so that window will sit flush up against there. Hillbilly over here,
Call in. I need you to stand on it again.
he's having me stand right here and push down so we can get that coilover in. Can't really film it because I'm making all sorts of funny faces trying to do this, so we'll bring you back.
I need the reservoir bracket to get this reservoir installed, figure out where I'm going to drill and mount this reservoir, because it drilled on the back side of this, or it bolted to the back side of this shock tower. There's no way to get it because the fender well is right there. I got to drill 2 new holes and get them mounted. So we got the bolt in place and tightened. Now I just got to figure out how to mount this. So I'm just trying to get these the hose to run what looks the best, and too much.
All right, went ahead and ground all those down, pop that off.
One side is almost done. The other side won't be so hard since I'll already have everything figured out and what I need to do. First side's always the hardest. You have to figure everything out.
Not too bad, huh?
Yeah, it's done.
Voila.
You're a big hole now.
Big hole.
I made a boo-boo.
Boo-boo.
Yeah. I have to have this back shock in first.
It's not,
There's
like
no way to get it in. If I go this way, that's going to be hitting the coilover.
You can't beat yourself up too much. It's not like you do this all day, every day. This is the first time we're learning. At least you noticed it after it was done.
Yeah, after it was done. Nope, too thick. Are you ready to pry down now?
Yeah.
The look on your face says otherwise.
Yeah, giver.
Give her that hillbilly power. Okay.
One side down on the front, one side to go on the front.
that right there.
It won't come out.
Oh, perfect.
It'll have to go through the strut tower before it comes out.
Like
There's
it?
one side done.
Man, you did good.
That took a lot of energy.
It's only 10:09. Yeah, only.
I'm just trying to hurry and get this side done.
All right, I think it's that time. Sean got everything ground down, cut out. He says it's ready to put the window in, so we're gonna fit it. He says, hopefully it fits. I told him, well, knowing you, Sean, it's gonna fit. So, yeah, we're gonna test fit this window, get it in there. It's coming along. Moment of truth.
Do you think if we drop it, the glass will be fine?
Yeah,
Let's try it.
be fine coming out of your paycheck. Does it fit? Like a glove. And there is the window open.
Hi, guys.
Could you imagine going up to this window and seeing Hillbilly serve you something? Ice cream? We're fancy. We're closed. Wow. All right, let's see if anyone's home. Anyone home?
There's no ice cream. Go away.
Oh yeah, there we go. So they'll flip it out like that. We got the lights up there. We got the lights down here. Man,
Bye-bye.
can you not reach it without that? Oh yeah. That's pretty cool.
Last step for the front suspension is putting the tire on. Now, all we gotta do is pull the jack stands out and then lower the jack, start it, and turn, because I'm afraid it's gonna hit those reservoirs. But we'll find out here in a minute.
Oh, question is, are you all right? He got Western with it. Shocks work good.
Gotta test the shocks out on this side, and then we'll test them out on this other side. Now we'll start it, and I'll have Sean turn all the way to the passenger side. Do you know how to start a 7.3 diesel?
No.
You wait for the weight to start, light to turn off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, clear. I'll just go double check the other side and make sure. But there's a good 2.5 inches.
I can see how not the closest, but it's still clear. So
let's go check the other side real fast.
okay, I'm gonna show you guys the inside of the window. It like seriously went in so clean. So you can look at it right here. We're gonna run a bead of caulk all through here, and then this cover right there goes back up here to cover the wires. And then I was talking to Sean, and he pointed out this right here, this gap. What they had before was just one screw with a big washer that held the two windows in. So he said he's gonna come up with the same thing here, but he's gonna have a chunk of aluminum just to fill in that gap all the way down and still have the gap between. So it's still kind of like that, but it will fill it in and be right up next to that window on both sides. So that's gonna look really clean.
Is it now?
Yes, it is.
Well, it already does look clean, so what do you mean it's going to look clean?
Cleaner. It's gonna be the cleanest. Are you laying on the floor again?
You have no idea how good it feels.
No, I'm sure. I'm kind of jealous. Rear shock?
Yeah.
I'm gonna come around the other side so I can show them what you're thinking. They're kind of long.
That's why I said I don't think they're gonna work. Oh, hey guys. Taking me a little siesta. So we're getting ready to do the rear shocks, and one thing I did notice that I have to do first thing is I have to cut this shock bracket off and flip it and weld it back on, because in order to use, if we was to try putting the shock on the way that the shock bracket is, we'd have to relocate the fuel tank, and I don't feel like trying to do that. It'd be a lot easier just to grab the plasma cutter, cut, flip, weld, and then keep going with the suspension. So that's the way I'm gonna do it. Okay, I got the bracket cleaned up, or cut off, so now I'm gonna get it cleaned up and the axle cleaned up so I can get this new, or get the bracket welded on in a new direction. Okay, it's tacked in place, so I'm gonna let Colton weld it up because he wants to weld, so he gets what he wants. Because I really don't want to land here and weld this up right
you're
now.
being kind. Let me try it. Okay, first time I ever laid down and tried welding, but Hillbilly gave me the opportunity to do it, so.
Oh, sparks also hurt really bad when they go in the ear hole.
Oh, that'll be good for my ear. I can't see anything. There we go.
Right now I'm working on cutting the old rubber bushings out for the shocks that were on the bus, because it's the style where the bolt goes up through the rubber bushing. So I got to cut that out so I can weld a new ear in for the new shocks.
All right, it's a little dark in here because it was getting hot outside, so we shut the door. But look at that. That's the piece I was talking about. Right up tight with the window.
Okay, so I got one of these brackets in there, and then I got C-channel piece that's actually for the Pacer's front suspension when it was supposed to be on airbags. That's my spacer, because that's the same thickness as the shock bracket, or the shock eyelet. So I got that pinched in there with a nut and bolt, tightened down to where I need it. Just finger tight, so it's not crank tight. Now I'm gonna weld that in.
All right, you know, I just gotta tell Hillbilly thank you for putting me up to this challenge, because if he would have just asked me and said, hey, do you want to weld it? My first instinct's gonna be like, no, because it is hard and I don't know what I'm doing, but he gave me the confidence. He's like, just try it. You're never gonna learn if you don't just try it. He thought if you screw something up, I can go ahead and fix it. So, you know, I'm glad that he pushed me. I got the one side welded, now we're working on the passenger side.
Time has come. I already got one shock installed. While Colton was doing what Colton does, which is who knows half the time. So now, I want to get the other shock installed. And before you guys start commenting, shouldn't use a hammer on those. It's rubber mallet, so it's not damaging nothing.
Got it?
Finally, he's winning this match. But I don't let things win me for too long before I take over. Okay, I got it installed. Let's lower the jack down and see. Oh, we're good. We got plenty of room. Suspension's all done, guys. Are you excited? Because I am.
Like that?
Just like that. Slide her back.
Slide her back, mount her down, it won't go nowhere.
Nope. Nowhere. Ice cream will be safe.
Ice cream will be safe. So Sean went ahead and built this bracket right here. Bent it. Looked like a piece of angle iron. Slide it back. He's gonna screw it to the floor, so that don't want to go anywhere. I don't think they're gonna be going very slow in this bus.
No.
You can see in there, look how long that screwdriver is. Had some teamwork on that one. What a day. But we got a lot done. Tomorrow we're still gonna work on the bus. We got a few other things, like we're gonna work on the roof rack, solar panels, and we gotta drill a hole to run the cables through. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. Check out what we got done today. So we got the window cut out. We got the rear shocks put in, welded up. I got a little bit of experience to try welding in an awkward situation. It was fun. Got the Hillbilly, got the front all done, set up. It's sitting good. Everything clears when he turns. So that's gonna be awesome. This thing's looking pretty good now. Like, it's sitting pretty level. So we are done for today. We'll do what Robbie does. It is tomorrow. All right, it is the next day. It's a beautiful day out. We're working on the bus. We gotta take this bumper off first thing. These bolts are so rusted in, so Sean's just blasting the heads off with the torch, and then we got to build a bracket after. And then I believe when Robbie gets back, we're gonna tube the rear end with some bars.
Okay, so we're going to be doing a couple things today. One of them is going to be putting the solar panel up top, marking the holes, drill it, nut zerting it, and a rear bumper. We need to take it off to build it because that bumper ain't holding up to nothing.
It's not supposed to do that?
No.
Do that hole.
There's a good hole there. So, John started cutting it. I want to see if the bolts will break or even come out. Because if they'll break, it'll make it easier and faster. If not, they're getting cut off no matter what. I think they'll come out. We just need a wrench. A lot easier than I thought it would have. Heck yeah, they're coming out a lot easier than I thought. These are probably the easiest crusty bolts I've ever removed.
Just like that? You could take it home and put it on the Bronx Star.
Yeah, negative, Ghost Rider. I don't need chunks of rust falling off on trails when we go trail riding. Now to remove the bracket tree bolts. Hopefully they come out.
Wow.
I'm shocked. So me and Sean were talking. I'm gonna go get the telehandler, and for the solar panels, we're gonna wrap we have big blue soft straps. Loop them around the solar panels. Use the telehandler, pick it up, back the bus out, and then set the solar panels on top of the bus. And then you guys can watch us do it, and we're not struggling trying to pick it up and take the chances of it falling or break in. Or we want to avoid all disaster, so we're going to use a telehandler and just ease it up. On board!
You could probably just set it on the forks and lift it up there and
Okay, got everything we'll need to hook up the wiring on this to where we can just put it right into place. Okay, so I'm just taking out the 4 nuts and bolts that hold this solar panel to the black rack so we can pick up the solar panel, turn it all the way around and set it back down because we need this right here. Ooh. 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 Oh, just that much too shy.
what do you gotta do now?
Gotta flip the rear one.
You're gonna watch the cops again.
Shh. They don't need to know that.
What's your plans here?
Zip tie these up so they look nice. There's 2 different lengths of these, longs and shorts. We nominated to use the long ones, so that way we don't have to, hopefully won't have to use those short ones to extend into it, because these puppies are long. Okay, wiring's all secured and looking good. So now this is going on top of the bus. I think we're done with the telehandler. We'll get out of the way for now. I'm sweating like Niagara Falls, so we're gonna pull it into where we're in the shade working on that.
I didn't know Niagara Falls sweats.
No, I got water.
I'm just kidding.
Like Niagara.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so me and Hillbilly, we just got a special phone call.
We do?
We gotta go on a recovery.
Where?
Up Ephraim Canyon. Right now, a side-by-side. I guess the kid took his dad's side-by-side, went trail riding, I guess a mile away from their camp. They sent us videos, and it's like in a river. I don't know if it's just everything's melting up there, so it's all the water's coming down, but he's stuck. I don't know if he's high-centered, but yeah, the water's coming through the floorboard, everything, so we gotta go pull him out.
What are we taking?
I think we're gonna take King Fred.
Let's go.
And then, well, we go do that. Sean, he came up with the greatest idea ever to build these aluminum caps. I don't know what you would call them.
Body armor.
Body armor. Yeah, that's a good one. So when the rocks fling off the tire, they'll hit the body armor. So he's gonna stay back and do that. Wait, you drove your Harley today.
I did.
Let's take that.
Hard pass.
What do you think the faces would look like when we showed up on a Harley? I bet you we could get it out with the Harley.
I can only imagine, but The only one that rides on the Harley is my wife.
So I could drive and you could.
No one drives the Harley but me.
You could run.
No one drives the Harley but me.
You don't think we could get out with the Harley?
We just spin the tire.
Yeah. All right, we're all saddled up in Fred. First stop is going to be Maverick because
Adventure's first stop.
we don't ever know how much gas we have in this thing. We still haven't fixed the fuel gauge. The pumps are full today.
All but one.
Oh, last two.
Our lucky one. How much do you think it's going to take?
It's been. I can't remember. Oh yeah, me and Robbie went all the way up to
I think it's going to take
Mayfield. We probably used the full
6
tank.
gallons. We'll say 6 gallons.
I'm thinking around 8 gallons. 8 or 9 gallons. Golly, look who is on point. 8.6 gallons. I said 8 or 9. Let's make it 9.
You're making it closer to yours.
Hillbilly, you cannot win all the time. It's okay. All right, we're all gassed up. Got a few snacks, some water. We don't know how long it's gonna take. We like to be prepared. Let's go get this side-by-side recovered. All right, so Hillbilly called the guy. There's some miscommunication. He is on the main canyon road, so we're gonna head up that way. They're waiting for us on the main road.
There's a good-sized buck down there that's still in velvet. Because they're just getting their antlers, so they're in velvet, and he's already pretty big as it is. He's just gonna get bigger now. Caught my eye.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
black trailer, white truck. They're waiting on the main road. So yeah, this is where I was thinking they were at. All right, so we found them, but there's a situation where the trail is, they're doing controlled burns. So the Forest Service, they have the road blocked, but they said they accept us to go down and grab this side by side. They took our names because for tracking information. So basically when we go down in there and when we come out, then they'll scratch our names so they know we're not down in there anymore. So she had her truck blocking the road there. She pulled forward for us. Just to give you guys a heads up, they said there's where we're going, there's no fire going on.
We're not in the burn zone.
Yeah, we're not in the burn zone, but it's still an area where it's close enough to where they have to patrol it and everything like that. So they just told us it's about a mile from when we went through that river.
The very ruddy road.
Coming up out of here, it's gonna be fun.
Oh, Fred will do it.
I don't want to end up down there.
No. And then we'll be recovering ourselves before we can be fucked. Oh, there was no problem. Holy cow, that's steep and long.
Just wanted to tell you guys, this is not a vehicle trail. This is definitely a four-wheeler trail. Possibly a side-by-side trail. Goes pretty tight. Oh, hold up, that GoPro. That GoPro.
That means all those bushes and trees will be on my side on the way up. And I can't judge how close I am to the edge on the way up.
Look, there's branches inside.
Locking it in. It's a little deeper here.
So there's a lot of areas where one of the trees have fallen over. So they've went and cut just an area out, and we're getting closer and closer every time to squeezing through. We're still going. Fred's doing an awesome job. Hopefully we get to this thing soon.
I think I see it.
That thing is buried.
Now we gotta get turned around and hook up to him and pull him out.
Okay, Hillbilly's flipping around. The good thing I noticed right away is we got a bunch of trees around us. Trees are our friend. So on the previous recoveries we've done, you see how we hooked the pulley up, we shiv it all up using trees. And that's always a good thing. So there's a bunch of trees around. Yeah, we're gonna get this thing pulled out. All right, we got Blake and Chris here. Unfortunately, they were the ones that got, who got it stuck?
It's the sun.
Son, he went exploring. I mean, he said he was having a good time. All the other,
a little too far.
yeah, and all the other puddles, I mean, he probably went right through it. So we're gonna get this thing out.
Beautiful morning.
Yeah,
A lot of water. A lot of mud.
yeah. So
Let's get her done.
we got a plan.
I don't think he knew what the long skinny pedal was at this moment. I think he was easing through it, not.
I was easy through it.
Okay, me and Hillary, we're gonna assess everything, kind of see what we're gonna make a plan, what tree to hook to, what pulleys to use. I'm gonna walk through that. Hey, I brought my boots. Hillbilly didn't bring them. Maybe he was putting it on me. He knew I'd get in the water, so. Oh yeah, it's already getting deep. I'm right in the middle of it. Maybe I should step off to the side. But yeah, this thing is in the water, and I can tell with my feet in the mud under the water is really slimy and gushy. So it looks right there, his front end just hit. The ruts were too deep for the tires, bottomed out the center. We got all this water flowing down right through it.
Here's you the soft shackle.
Okay, look, that's in the boot. That went in the boot. That made my day lovely. So I'm not gonna step right there.
You have to step right there.
Soft shackle to some.
And through where the receiver would go.
Yeah. That water is cold.
So then just wrap the soft shackle just around the pin inside there so it doesn't slip off.
You think I have visual? Come in here.
It's called this visual.
Come in here. I gotta bend over.
Just sit in it.
Okay.
Did you get it?
I got the pin through.
Now pull the soft shackle just to make sure you got the.
I gotta lock it in. It's cold water.
I don't know what you're complaining about. I think it feels good out here.
Soft shackle is in place. I'm gonna grab the winch. I'm gonna run it out, hook it up. We're gonna kind of tug on this a little bit and see. It might be suction cup down in the mud because it is some soft, gooey mud.
I'm glad I don't have to go out in that water because he has to. And I didn't bring my muck boots. I don't know where they're at. They're lost at the moment.
Okay, I want you just to pull a little bit. I'll watch it here, make sure, and we'll see. It just wants to go right away. Okay, it's rolling. So we're just gonna let it go easy. Pull it straight out of here. Keep an eye on everything. They're gonna have to do some cleaning. Okay, hold that.
Alright?
No, that's good. Don't you don't.
I know, it's trying to get up to that hump. It keeps trying to follow that ditch line.
That's fine. We can rehook and position. Okay, we got to pull back as far as we could. We're going to reposition Fred. We don't want to just, we could get in it and try just ripping it out. Like you said, we always try to do things smoother, easier. We don't like to rod on the vehicle. So yeah, we're going to reposition Fred, hook back up, and then just pull it out until where they can get on to where it's not as muddy. So that's the plan. That's what we're going to do. Okay, come back a little bit. Okay. Just to give you guys an example, so that's what I was doing with underwater. I had to shove the rope down in there in the hitch, put the pin through, make sure it's pinned. It worked out pretty good. Okay, we're gonna start pulling again. That steering wheel wants just to naturally turn as it slides around. Okay, we got it in park. We were just talking with them that they think there's something going on with the either the clutch, whether it got wet and it's just slipping, or possibly a belt. They burned up a belt. So we're gonna check it out real fast, kind of see if it will drive on its own. If it won't, I told them we'll get it flipped around and we'll pull them up out of here. They got a trailer up at the top, so if we have to, we'll just pull them all the way up out. It'll might take a minute, but hey, we're not gonna leave them stranded. So we're gonna check it out and see what's going on. Okay, pull forward a little bit and we'll see if this thing able to move on its own. We'll just leave this hooked up just in case we need to use it to flip it around. So he's gonna pull the plug and see if any water comes out.
Just a little.
You guys were conserving water. You were gonna take it with you.
In case we run out of water, drink something.
So that's good information. If you ever get stuck in water, or if you're side by side sitting in water for a while, drain your belt cover. All right, Blake's gonna hop in it. He's gonna fire it up, see what happens. That's a good sign. It's driving on its own. But we'll still just stay ahead of him, just in case that when he goes to go up a hill or something, that if the belt wants to slip, that we can get him up out of there. Okay, so we let that drain for a minute. So it was on that little slant, so everything wanted to come out. Me and Hillbilly will be in Fred going ahead of them, just staying ahead a little bit. We'll keep an eye on these guys and make sure they get it all the way up to the top.
Let's do this.
Your feet aren't even wet.
That's what you're for.
You're not cool. You're not cool unless your feet are wet.
Well, I would say your feet's not wet either, but I forgot it went into your pant leg.
This is gonna be a fun trail coming out.
Oh yeah.
We'll just keep an eye on them, make sure they're right behind us, and make our way up out of here. All right, we ended up making it all the way up to the top without having to help them, so that's a good thing. We're gonna just talk to him for a minute. Yeah, we're gonna head back down to the shop because we got that bus to finish. And Sean's down there working his butt off without us. I mean, that's how it always goes, but we're gonna head back down, start on the bus again. You know what? That was a success. I got a boot full of water, but we were able to get them out, so I think
I got dry feet.
It really has dry feet. I mean, I think he's allergic to water, but it's okay. We got him out. We're headed back down to go work on the bus.
Today's gonna be a very successful day all around.
As me and Hillbilly were driving down, Hillbilly looks up and he's like, oh my gosh, that wasn't like that when we were coming up. Look at that thing. Control her. Like it past these trees, yeah. Look at that. We were just down inside that little valley.
Scary.
I bet it's just those Australians over there doing those burnouts. So that's how much smoke they make. What do you think?
Well, there's no pink in there, so yeah, Robbie's not over there because there's no pink.
You see that? You hear that? Fred's not running because we pulled over. I noticed a spot right here. There's a little trail I want to show Hillbilly. We're going to take you guys along.
How far is it?
Yeah, about 6 miles.
Oh, well, let's go then.
Okay, so if I remember right, this trail leads to a geocache. For all you geocachers out there, geocachers,
Or cashiers. Geocacheers.
Anyways, and it's pretty cool. So we're gonna hurry and walk there. It's not very far along this trail if I remember. It's been a long time since I've been to this thing. And we were coming up, I was like, oh, it just sparked a memory, and I was like, Hillbilly, I gotta show you something. This is in your...
Some of them smarter than us. They had a motorcycle, a dirt bike. And we're on our Lamborghinis.
Yep. First thing, Hillbilly noticed a squirrel. I was like, chipmunk. He must be a natural born animal spotter.
That's the hunter in me.
Oh my goodness. Maybe I kind of forgot where it was. We're all walking. I look up and there it is. The Keebler house. I think they moved it, but it's definitely a geocache for those geocachers out there. The guy who built this geocache was my wife's dad, way before probably my time. But he built this because he's really big in geocaching. It's called the Keebler house. Look it up Ephraim Canyon. Type in Keebler geocache house. There's pictures of it. But it's definitely seen some better days. I don't know if that's to keep animals out of there or that's where the geocache is. I mean, I'm sure this means something. I don't want to disrespect any geocachers, so I don't want to like look and see where the hidden geocache is. Is that how it works?
Kind of. I'm not too sure.
But yeah, we just thought
Look inside the house.
Oh, there's the geo box. I'm not gonna touch it because it's not. See, there's the Keebler cookie. See it, Hillbilly?
do is you put
You put something in there and then you take
sign your
something,
name.
right?
You sign your name on
Wait,
there.
do you take something?
If you take something, you have to put something in there.
Yeah.
So what, should we see what's in there?
But you could put your pocket knife.
No.
Your wallet. No. Just kidding. No, we're not gonna mess with it, but yeah, we just want to show you guys. There's 3 cookies. Yeah, this is pretty cool.
I think it's lunchtime, so let's get back down
Yeah.
and go to lunch.
Okay. All right, we're back at the shop. Let's show you what Sean's been up to. Look at that body armor he got in. I think he just has it screwed in for now. He will rivet it. That's gonna protect anything that comes off this tire that wants to hit right there.
We couldn't find the horns. We don't know where they went. So Robbie went and ordered some new set of horns. So now I've got to get these figured out and mounted on the bus, so the bus can have its horn back.
What else is in?
Oh, light fixtures. Got light fixtures we have to do. Okay, before I go ahead and start messing with the wiring that came with the horn, I need to see exactly which plug the bus has. So it is just the one style slip-on. So that means I need this one, like that. Take the ground wire, splice it on there, put an eyelet on it, and then bolt the eyelet to the horn like this, to the bracket, like that. So it'll go beep, beep. Okay, I got the horns all wired up, so let's test to see they're wired correct. I'd say they're wired correct. So now, I can install it. Okay, time to hook it up and test. They work. So now I want to pop the hood, get the headlight pulled out, so we can put lights in it. Okay, we're going to test the blinker and headlight. We're still trying to find a marker light.
Headlights on. Brights. The brights on. Blinker?
Is it blinking?
No, because that's the marker light.
Oh, key's not on, dude.
Now it's blinking.
Cody found the bulb, so we'll test it to make sure it's the right one.
Yep.
Okay, now get them installed into the headlight housing. Okay, I got it all worked out and put in. Do a final test.
Good. Blinker. Brights on. Blinkers on.
Everything works. Now I want to find stuff, the clips I need here for the grill, and then 1 bolt for the center of the grill. Get that all mounted and the grill will be done, and this whole front end will be done. Yes! Okay, I got the bolt and the pop clips. Yeah! Front clip, or the front of the bus is done. I got a clip here to start mounting the solar panels down.
Is it top of the bus time?
Yeah, you ready to be up here?
Oh yeah. There's a yellow jacket over there trying to make its mark on the bus. Trying to make it home. Please don't hurt me. Oh man. Looks like a party up here. We're gonna install this. Actually, we're just gonna mark the holes.
Move it off to one side, drill the holes.
Yep.
Move it off to the other side, drill those holes.
What Hillbilly said. So this is the center of the solar panel. And we're going off the center of these rivets right here. So that's in line there. And then we're gonna go through with a marker, mark each hole on both sides, all the way down. And then we'll just move this over to the side and put our rivet nuts in there. Nut zerts. We're gonna be up here for a while.
Yay! Please. Chia. Remember those commercials? You water them, they grow them.
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna hurry and just drill all these holes, hurry and rib nut it all. Last nut rivet. Now, drill the hole for the wires to go through. That's sharp.
Spin it on there and touch it.
Hey, touch it. Colton went in behind me and was installing the nut zerts as I was drilling the holes, except these back 3 that you guys seen me do. That's the only ones I nut zerted. Got both sides done. It's sitting on the nut zerts. We got 4 bolts in, 1 in each corner. We're not going to bolt it down until final install because I don't know if we need to move it around to get wires fed through and all that. So once we know that it's the final install, then we'll go through and put bolts all through, or put bolts in all the holes and then seal it all off so it's watertight and water can't get in. But
Easy.
it feels sturdy. Okay, at the end of the day, got a lot done. Got everything done on the list that Robbie said to get done. So all that's left now is wiring. And that's something that Robbie likes to do, is the wiring. So I think he'll be pretty satisfied.
All right, I think this is gonna be like a little learning process for me, especially. We got Cody here. Going through, we noticed on this side, on the passenger side, there was a little bit of runs in the clear coat, correct?
Yeah.
So in the clear coat, I think what they were talking about, I just overheard him talking about it, Robbie, and he's saying is probably because of the lighting and
A little cooler on this side.
a little cooler. The temperature wasn't the same like you would if you were in the paint booth. So we got a little bit of runs in the clear, so Cody's gonna go over it.
Okay, there's different ways to do it. One way I do it, you wrap a couple tape around a couple times on your razor blade so it sets it up a little bit. So you can come through and start shaving your run down. So you can crack it open and let it breathe out, because sometimes when you get it a little too thick, it don't dry as fast and it's harder to sand because it's still soft. It hasn't fully kicked yet like the rest of it. So I'll just come through slowly and shave it. And after we get it pretty close, then I'll come back through with the little hard blocks and start with, after you shave it, you'll see, but usually 1,500, 2 to 3,000, and then 4, and then polish them out. But it's semis and buses, whatever you got these, you'll have the run come off the rivets and the bolts. So we got these 2 here, a little one that barely made it right here. And I think there's one on, let's check the other side. There was one over there by the driver's door, right here by the handle, if you can catch that one right there.
Can't really see. Maybe?
Well, we don't need to buff it if you can't see it in the camera.
All right.
Let me shave this one and it might show up. It's not in a very fun spot to try to do it. Because I'll do this, crack it open, let it breathe. But this one's actually chalking up real good with the dust. But if you can see that now, that's the outline of the run, because that's the high ridge of it.
So is that what you watch for, is if it sits and chalks up like that? If it's more goopy or...
Yeah, if it's still soft, you'll feel a resistance. You'll feel it won't slide over it easy. It'll have a drag. It'll kind of like
Yeah, like
catch.
it's kind of sticky.
Yeah. And still feel the ridge. So you don't want to go too much with this, because all of a sudden, next thing you know, you got to repaint. Been there, done that. But this just helps crack it open. These aren't too bad of runs. These are just teeny little ones, so they should be set up pretty good. So we'll get this done, let it soak overnight. I'll come back in the morning, sand them down, polish it out. But we'll be good to go. We're almost done, aren't we?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you guys have all done on this so far.
Getting close.
All right, we got it shaved down. We're coming back in with our first step. 1,500 is what we'll go over. And we got some where it's black. We put some white dry guide coat on here to help us. A little windy outside. So when we get sanding, we can tell when we hit it that it's going to be even, so we don't over sand on the, so it helps us stay up on the run when we know, taking this dry guide coat off, that we're hitting, so we don't want to burn through the clear. And then we can switch to a different grit, fly over it real fast, and just get the finer grits. But you can see it, it's sanding out pretty good. The edge, which is always fun to sand, easiest to sand through, we just got to take it a little slow so we can get that knocked out. And it's sanding out right out because we were able to razor blade most of it. It's a little bit here, right there. There might be a little bit left on the edge so I don't burn through. We'll see how it sands.
All right, so I just got back from Cedar City, went to the summer games. Unfortunately, my son didn't win, but that's fine, okay? He's 12, he loves to play soccer, and they did awesome. So anyway, that was fun to take a few days off, but the guys got a lot done. They got all the Fox shocks in front and rear. Sean even built, check this out. This is like a rock guard. So Sean built some plating here for the tires, and he built some plating over here for the tires. Look at that. is just seamless. So nice. Anyway, so Sean got that all done. Hillbilly and Colton got the roof rack put on. Yeah, nice, I know. Okay, solar panels are on top. We still have a few more things to do. We still gotta wire the solar panels. The rear shocks are installed. Those look really good, but check this out. Sean got the door, or the little window, installed. So we've still gotta trim it out a little bit, do a few things, but it's mostly done. So this is gonna be the door or the window that they open to serve ice cream or whatever they want out of it. Oh, another thing. We went ahead and got the rear bumper pulled. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to install a custom built rear bumper. We're gonna put a hitch in, we're gonna tube it, we're gonna make it look good, but that old bumper just wasn't cutting it. So we still gotta build a bumper, still gotta wire some things, a few more odds and ends, and this bus will be dialed in for OnX. So if you guys don't already, make sure you go get OnX, get your name on this bus. I told you guys before. Okay, we'll have a link in the description so you guys know where to go, but you don't want to miss out because they're going to be taking this to a bunch of events. It's going to look really cool when it's done. All right, so we are getting close to having this bus done. Just a little bit more wiring, a rear bumper, and a few odds and ends, and it's headed back to OnX. So, as always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.